May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
What's up, everybody? Let me remove that. There we go. I'm a professional here. Welcome to a Friday Night Paracast. How is everybody doing tonight? Man, I'm ugly. On one of my 4 screens, I have you guys on Facebook just watching the stream. And I need a makeup person. Maybe a plastic surgeon. Well, tonight we have an amazing group coming on. I've been really excited to talk with these folks. They were actually introduced to me from our boy Mason over there at MJC. But before we get to them, we've got a co-host that we definitely need to introduce. You know him, you love him. We're calling him out tonight. He's not going to be lurking in the background. He's front and center. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my new co-host, Lurker.
And then share them.
Hi.
How you doing? Just getting myself together over here. So let's introduce to these lovely people on our panel. You know?
Well, we'll get to that, but I got a question for you.
Yes.
You're usually lurking in the audience, being creepy.
Yes.
How's it feel to be center stage?
It feels all right. I mean, normally I like to lurk around and just, do the eyeball thing, but you know how
now we're watching you. We're watching you.
Now you're putting me out there now.
I see a lot of people. Ron, what's up? Liz, always a pleasure. The other co-host of the Paracast is taking your spot, Lurker. What up, Squeakers?
Hi, Squeakers.
Minnesota Spirit Hunters, Lisa's here. What's up, Lisa? And of course, Irene. Hi, Irene. Pleasure as always.
Hi, Lisa.
I'm not butchering your name, but
hi, Mr. Fedora.
Hello. I saw Mr. Fedora. Let's see. Yep, there he is. There's Mr. Fedora. Man, we got the whole crew here tonight. What's up, everybody?
The whole crew.
There you go. There you go. So
there you go.
Our guest tonight, guys, is Crossover Paranormal Society. Also, they work really closely with a good friend of ours, Mason, our boy Mason. So I have a lot of questions for them. So they're waiting patiently. So let's see if Jonathan does anything funny so we can bring him in the middle of doing something. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Paracast Jonathan Myers and Shasta from Crossover Paranormal. What is up, guys?
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Jonathan rocking the merch. I love it.
Yeah.
That's slick. Where'd you get that at, man?
I got it for Christmas. My mother-in-law had it made for me.
That's a good mother-in-law. That's a good mother-in-law right there.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And Miss Shasta.
Yes.
How are you this evening?
I'm good, and you?
I have no idea yet. We'll figure that out here in about an hour and a half.
It's still early, right?
The show is early. About a t-shirt for me? Irene. What t-shirt? Remind me. I don't remember, Irene. I'm sorry. Too much. Bella, hi.
Hi, Bella.
Hey, you're a daughter.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, that's a new one.
Hi, baby.
That's a new name. Yeah. See, you're a superstar.
I know, right? Mom's a big superstar on TV.
Superstar.
There we go. So first of all, let's start with you guys. Crossover Paranormal Society. Cops. Awesome name.
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with it?
I just just come up out of the blues. Just thought about it. It
Did-
took
did
me
you-
like
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
it took me like probably a month and a half to 2 months just to figure out a name before I decided to have a group.
Yeah, I heard that's pretty important whenever you have a team to have a name with it. I heard. That's just a rumor. So, Shasta, what's your role on the team?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm still figuring that out. He still gives me roles every day. I'm something different. So let's see. Team lead. I'm
She's
booking,
versatile.
yeah. So I just, I just do what I'm told, pretty much. Go find this, call this, do that. But we've been together for our whole life, so that's kind of where it comes in. We've known each other. We're cousins, so we've known each other our whole life. And
Fair
when
enough.
he came up with the idea that he wanted to start a paranormal group, I've been doing this for 13 plus years.
Mhm.
So when he decided he wanted to start a group, I'm like, well, just do it. What are you waiting on? I mean, if you want to do it, just do it.
There's some
And we
motivation.
kind of got together, and this is what came about. So here we are.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Props to you on doing multiple things. It must be really hard, I bet.
Well, I think everybody on the team does multiple things. You have to be willing to do different things, not
Mhm.
just one set task.
100%.
I mean, if you're going to do one set task, you're never going to get anywhere. Everybody has to be scouting for locations. Everybody's got to be willing to look for the next big place to go, or be willing to contact. Sometimes people contact you and you're not even looking for it.
Mhm.
You
That's
walk around with a shirt on and everybody's like, what do you do? Let
That's
me
the
tell
best
you
part.
about this place.
That's the best part. They contact
Exactly.
you.
That's exactly why I said on the Wednesday show, these things are invaluable. These business cards, they are a beautiful tool, especially when you're rocking it and, representing like Jonathan over there. You got to have some business cards to throw at. Just start making
Yeah,
it rain.
Yeah, I've done had a bunch of business cards made up, done started passing them out, and done got people starting to calling.
That's how I do it. That's exactly how I do it. Now, Jonathan, I have to ask, are you right or left-handed?
I'm right.
Well, here's your left hand right here. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
You like
yeah.
that?
She's one.
Hey,
She's
Casey.
one of my go-to people that I get a lot of information from her, and plus, like I say, though, I do go to the library and I bring home 10, 15 books at a time and doing a lot of reading.
Hi,
and all that
Liz.
stuff.
Well, I see we have a new name. I'm going to pull away real quick. Let's see. Julie, welcome.
Hi,
I see we
Julie.
have the usual crew and new people, and of course, Spuzzle. What's up, Spuzzle? How you doing? James from Hammertown. You guys can't see that, but he's got himself a little, little. What are they called? Gifts? Gifts? I don't know.
GIFs, yeah.
Okay, I don't freaking know.
I thought you said
So-
gifts.
I don't know. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't be allowed to have my own show, let alone say words. But anyway, stop it. But anyway, so how long, Shasta? You said you've been in this for about 13 years.
Yeah, give or take.
Johnson, what about you?
I just started about, I want to say at least 2 years right before the shutdown went, when we had that big shutdown.
You know what? A lot of people actually said the shutdown really hurt them. But you know what? I think that it was actually a good thing for teams, because then you can actually, train and take a step back and revamp yourself. So, and honestly, that's a perfect time to start a team when there's really not a lot going on. You can just take your time with it. But that's awesome. So let's see who else. There's another new one. Georgia Connolly from South
Hi, Georgia.
Wales. I keep forgetting we're international.
We're all over the place.
Right? Right? And Christy from Paratime.
Hi, Christy.
How are you? Long time no see. You guys, can you guys see the comments? Shasta and Jonathan, can you guys see them?
I can.
You can.
I can some of them I can.
Yeah, something about your new underwear.
Wait a minute. Irene. I was waiting. Actually, am I
loud
wearing
and
those?
clear.
Am I even wearing those? No, not today.
No.
Hey! I remembered my slippers this time. I'm actually ahead of the game today. Last time I didn't have my slippers. Debbie, welcome back. Welcome back. You guys are terrible. But
Hey, Debbie. Hey,
So-
they're your audience. They're your audience.
and I
Exactly.
love them. I love every bit of them. It makes the show fun, and that's what it's about, being interactive, and I love it. So, most podcasts start out with, where you guys have, started with, and the backstory and the history. But I'm going to do something different, Jonathan, and you know why. I'm going to talk about your upcoming investigations. You've got a pretty big one coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up in March. The North Carolina battleship.
For those of you playing the home game, I'm going to actually be joining Jonathan and our boy Mason on that battleship. And Shasta, are you joining? Are you coming along?
I am. Yes, I will be there.
Well,
Yeah,
Jonathan, you
it-
better get used to being in front of the camera, brother, because guess what? I promised the audience a live video.
Oh, I'm ready, man.
Hey, you better hope your paranormal investigation game isn't off, Matt.
Might be a little rusty. I'm gonna go find me some dead people to talk to before I
I'm
go.
telling you, man, that battleship is a monster.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
Have you, Shasta? You been there? I'm assuming after that.
I'm
oh, yeah?
actually the previous event, we've been there once before as a team. A few months back, I think. And
Yeah,
then I've actually done it before them. So this will be my third trip back.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it is. Not only is it a beast because it is huge, and trust me, some of those stairs are not made for me. It is. They're not even stairs; they're just ladders with strings. It takes on a whole new tone at night that you don't get when you're in there in the daytime. And we've done the whole tour in the daytime. You see all the nice stuff. Yeah. Okay. At night, when you're hearing somebody banging pots in the kitchen and there's nobody in the kitchen, yeah, it takes on a different feel to it.
Well,
So,
before I touch on that one, looks like you have a direct question that none of us can answer.
No, Bella, stay where you are. 'Cause if you get in here and talk, we'll never get done. She
If you
actually
haven't-
investigates too, believe it or not. She's an 8-year-old, but she's been investigating
Hey,
and having paranormal experiences since she was about 2.5.
if she wants to come, I mean, I have no problems with it. I mean, this is
She's the youngest member of our team, believe it or not. She is
this is
pretty
this is
good.
a believe it or not, this is a family affair. But I mean, if you're all right with it, I'm welcome, and I know my audience would love it. Heck, she can help me go viral. No, but no, she's welcome
She
to
is a
stop
mess.
in.
Hey,
I might go
hi,
there.
Joshua.
What's up, Joshua, brother? How you doing? Apparently, I didn't either, Irene. But so I want to ask, what is the craziest thing? I mean, you talked about the pots and the pans and stuff, and that in the galley. What is the craziest thing you guys have heard from this battleship?
Let's hear that.
John, you want to go?
You go. I'm not. I don't know too much about it.
Let's see where to start. Oh, you know what? We were actually this last investigation. We had a lady from Missouri that flew in to investigate with us, a friend of mine, who I'm on another team with, and we had went into the medic's office, and we decided to sit on the table And I don't know what we were thinking, but she had an Ovilus out there. And we said we needed some attention, that we needed help. We were hurt. And it said medical came up on the Ovilus. We're like, okay, well, that works. And I had mentioned, I said, well, I need to sit down because I don't know if I can keep standing up here all night. And then it spits out table. She had already crawled up on the table. I said, well, I guess I can sit on the table. So, I mean, it was kind of like unique things. But then we started hearing footsteps. So you're hearing footsteps, but we were the only two there. So we're both sitting on the table. So you're hearing these phantom footsteps walking around down the hall. It's just weird things like that where you can hear people, but there's no people there. The cat ball. Mm-hmm. At one point, we were even in the dining room, and you could hear people. It sounded like slamming their trays down, like they were having a full meal, and you could hear the trays hitting the table. And we're looking around at each other, and it's like, there's no way. And the trays are just hitting, like mealtime. And we couldn't explain anything. But we went looking in every corner we could think of, and there was nothing. And that's over top of an exhaust fan.
When me and this other guy, we were investigating the area where they sleep at. Mm-hmm. Then right off at the end of it, they had like the bathroom. And we just walked in there as we was leaving. And he set the REM pod down on the little shelf thing. And just no more than he got that out of his hands and backed up like 5 foot, it started going off. And it was like just instant. It wasn't no hesitating. He didn't even give you time to ask questions.
Well, Jonathan, I don't know if Mason has spoken with you about some of the plans I have. Well, let me ask, did he tell you anything that I have in store?
No.
I'll give you guys a little sneak preview. So, as I said before on the show, I'm a veteran myself. Actually, I'm a Navy vet. I'm a Seabee. That's what this is for. Well, here's the fun thing. I know a lot of naval traditions, stuff like that. I plan on using my knowledge of naval history and protocol to get these things stirred up, to kind of connect with the spirits through boats and whistles, calling general quarters, calling muster, you name it. I'm going to try it. And it's going to be fun. And I'm working on getting a World War II CB uniform to wear. If I can't, then I found one that's a woodland camouflage. But basically, I just want to connect with these spirits, and I want to use myself as a trigger object. I think that would be a lot of fun.
You know what? Speaking of that, we actually did do when we were on the previous once before, the very first time I investigated there, was a group investigation, like a public, and we had a female Marine that outranked anybody that would have been in the birthing unit, which was the sleeping quarters. And she basically was spouting off orders to the guys that would have been in that room at the time. And the activity from this female one who shouldn't have been on that ship at the time because there were no women. And then her being a Marine on the ship, it lit that birthing unit up so bad that I had taken a place on one of the beds and was laying on one of the beds. And then there was another person laying across from me. And we had a REM pod and a K2. And that thing just was constant buzz. Like this thing was going back and forth to us. I mean, there were noises and bangs, and because she was spouting off these orders and really triggering whatever was going on in there. It was unreal what activity we got by her triggering these men on this ship. And it was because of a Marine that was in there just doing her thing and saying what she was doing in uniform.
There's another reason. I'll get into that in just 1 second. But here's the thing. Marines, yes, absolutely will trigger World War II vets like Navy because we have that camaraderie. But it's kind of like brotherly love type deal.
Right.
Seabees are like the black sheep of the Navy. We are naval marines. We are dirt sailors. A lot of fleet Navy does not like us because we don't go on the ships. It's a lot of fun, but it's
a lot of civilians don't even know what you are.
you know, I don't even know what I am.
I didn't know
But
what TV was.
I will be right back, guys. Lurker, I'm going to let you take the reins for just 1 second, guys. I got something I got to deal with. I'll be right back, like 2 minutes.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright.
All right, I have a going on the experiences y'all experience. What type of experiences y'all experience on where you guys were at? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you go ahead, John.
I just
Okay.
Huh?
Go ahead. The type
I
of
just-
experiences that you had when you're
When it was on the ship, or just any other experience
on the ship.
on the ship.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we was in that shower area where they take showers at, we had a big old cold spot standing right beside of me. And I asked a question, all of a sudden it moved over there to the other guy. And he said, "Man, I gotta get out of here because there's something there here that just don't want me in here right now." And when we left,
Oh wow.
then we went back in like an hour later, and everything was fine.
Just like that.
Yeah, just
Wow.
that quick. And me and Mason,
That's crazy.
me and Mason was outside on the deck, on the main deck, and we was chasing something up on the where the tower thing is. We was chasing something all the way up to the tip top of the ship. And
Oh
he
wow.
caught
Like would you like experience like apparitions, like orbs to like miss anything like besides cold spots and hot spots?
it was we actually seen like a apparition that looked over the railing up there where you go in where they drive the ship and stuff.
You mean the up part up on the ship?
Yeah,
The part?
yeah.
Yeah.
Chased a
That's crazy.
apparition that was, you can actually see through there.
So was it like a full body or was it like half or like
It's like-
just like a
It was like from the shoulders up. What we saw.
from the shoulders up? Oh
Yeah.
wow. Dude, I bet it caught you off guard for a second, didn't you? Because you thought somebody else was there with you. Huh?
Oh yeah, me and Mason, we couldn't believe it. We started chasing it up as far as we could go.
You started chasing it. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we just trying to
Hot
figure
pursuit.
out what it was.
I'm telling you, if I see
blame
something,
y'all. I would-
y'all are gonna see a pair of boot prints and some dust, because that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be running. And yes, guys, you do hear music. I got a little background music, little copyright-free music. Just saying. Yeah, I got some music in the background. But just no, it wasn't about that, Liz. Liz was asking if that was why I went to see it. No. Those of you who have seen before, I have a gecko, little crested gecko. Well, we also have another one. He's a full grown. And this morning I woke up and his door was open. And we were trying to figure out how his door got open. Here he's pushing it. He's using his whole body weight to push the latch open. So we couldn't find him. We found him.
Oh.
He was hiding behind
He's
his
smart
little
little-
net. He's the same color as his netting. So he just pushed the door open and went behind the net to hide. I don't know why, but I don't know. So that's what I had to go check
Yeah.
out.
He just wanted some
Uh.
fresh air. Can you blame the lizard for wanting fresh air?
No, he is not getting. No, he a big grumpy boy right now. We just adopted him from Spuzzle, and yeah, he's still grumpy. But anyway,
Oh,
what were you
man.
talking about, Lurker? What were you hosting?
Oh no, we
Yeah.
were talking about how I was asking like if they had any other experiences like orbs, apparition to like mists, like shadows, and he was telling me that they caught they saw an apparition up where where they drive the ships up there, where the important
Mhm.
people are on the top
Mhm.
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was saying that there was like an apparition there, but it wasn't a full body. It was like from from here to like the chest to the up here, and they thought it was
Okay.
there was somebody on the ship with them. So they went to go hot pursuit to go chase this thing down.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, we can stand on the main deck and look up, and you can see somebody like in the officers' quarters pulling the little
Mhm.
curtain back, and you can see the head, and all of a sudden it will just disappear.
Me, when I
I'm-
want to go hot
I'm telling
pursuit.
I'm telling you, man, you're gonna see me just book it, and it's not gonna be the other direction. It's gonna be, hey, you get over here, come here.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna end up being. But speaking of running, because he's not on the chat, and I don't think he's on here. I don't think he's active. I gotta ask this: our boy Mason, has he ever ran? Has he ever done the dude run?
No.
Anything scare him? Any embarrassing stories we want to talk about with him? It'll just be between us and the
I gotta
live
hear
chat.
this.
Long as I've been with him, I had never seen him done any running.
Darn it!
No, not yet.
Oh
Darn it! We got to work on that.
darn! I thought we'll have some dark secrets between us or something. That was,
Hey, Rochelle.
dang it.
No, I've been doing videos with him for a pretty good while now, and I hadn't. He's still stuck there with us,
Well, after the video him and Austin did a little bit ago, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the one where he goes back out and finds the long like building in the middle of the woods? I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
I hear footsteps. There's something out there. Let's go walk towards it.
Yeah,
mhm.
No.
Me.
No, crazy thing, that's how I met Mason.
Don't
I
tell
met
me he just
Mason.
popped out of the middle of the woods. Just
well,
walked out.
I
Hey,
met
you.
Mason trying to get into a graveyard. This is no joke. He was on a Facebook page trying to get into a graveyard. And I'm like, dude, don't do it. It's a private graveyard. You're going to get arrested. And I'm like, don't.
Did he climb
don't
up
do
on
a
the thing?
graveyard at night. So
Did
I
he
was
did he
like,
climb
listen,
up on the fence?
well, there's no fence on it, but it's a big known
Oh.
graveyard in North Carolina. So yeah, everybody wants to go to the
Gotcha.
graveyard. Everybody's been to the graveyard. So here I see Mason one night. He's like, I wonder how I can get into this graveyard. And he's posting on this chat. And I'm like, just don't go to the graveyard. It's not a safe idea. You're going to get arrested unless you know people or your family. You're going to get arrested from there. And I'm like, here, you need to talk to my cousin because we are family of this people that the tragedy of the Lawson murders.
Mm.
And we happen to be family, unfortunately, long down the line. And I told him, I said, talk to my cousin, get with him. Maybe he can go in with you because if you're family, they don't say anything. But if you crazy go in there with a camera in the middle of the night, you're probably going to end up in jail. So that is how I met Mason, on a post from a Facebook page trying to break into a graveyard.
Go like
Well,
this. Oh.
And
I'm gonna
it's been like 2 years now. So its investigations have been hilarious since then.
I'm telling everybody right now, I do not have bail money, so do not call Paranormal Consultant if you get arrested for anything. But
Yep, I know who to call now.
Exactly,
Scott,
right?
call Scott. Call Mr. Fedora. Mr. Fedora has bail money. All right, and as requested, you want to hold her this time? All right.
She came right to me. She was on her plant. You're lucky she wasn't asleep.
Of course, she's not asleep. You want to see her? So this is Ember. This is the little one. This is the baby.
Oh wow! Now that's
For
something else
everybody.
my kids are gonna want. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
But she,
Go.
come on, little dino. I call her a little dino, but yeah, she's still a baby. She's only a couple months old. Umber, you're see-through. But yeah.
You should read the comments.
Uh-oh.
She's not happy with you. She's clicking at you.
Little gecko.
I love
but-
Irene's comments. You go, Irene.
That's my chat. That's my chat. But yeah, the grumpy one that I had to go check out, he's about the length of the hand. He's about, well, his body's about 6 inches and his tail's about another 4. So he's in total about 10 inches, and that's full grown. That's what that little one's gonna turn into. Haha. Haha, Scott.
Did you read the comment?
I don't know if I can see the picture, but you can try. Goofy
Oh.
picture.
So Joshua, I have a spotted leopard gecko. His name is Salamander. That's gotta be. It's a cool name though. So I don't know if you guys can see it.
Chill out.
Yeah, I can't. Hold on. I'll get it.
Green screen.
I'll show you. Yeah. But anyway, so while I'm getting this figured out, so I want to ask you, Jonathan. So besides the Salazar. Okay. Besides the ship, I know you.
Salazar Slytherin.
Of course you. Besides the ship,
That's what.
What is your
favorite?
favorite? I'm doing an interview. See, we're professional.
But you said Salazar. Salazar Slytherin. Harry Potter. I'm a Slytherin.
Not according to the thing.
Shut the fuck up. The thing is wrong.
This is usually how it goes down on the podcast, guys. We just wing
Playing
it.
Gryffindor,
It's
Hufflepuff,
whatever.
all at once.
That's what works.
But I
Right.
wanted to ask, as far as investigations are concerned, what has been your favorite place you've been?
I think the Trivet Clinic is my best place.
And why is that?
It's a hospital that was built in 1932,
Okay.
and it only ran for like 6 years, and then the doctor had died,
Okay, say goodbye to Dad.
and it was been a detox center, a nursing
I'm
home,
very mad at you.
and a family residence,
I was hiding my plan.
and they got all kinds of stuff that goes on there.
Mm.
They got like stuff
What-
dragging across the floor, little girls
What-
playing in the rooms, everything.
So what have you experienced? What have you caught?
Oh, we caught a bunch of orbs and a lot of touching going on.
The rocking chair rocking on its own.
Yeah, rocking
Really?
chair rocking. Yeah.
Yes.
I got
And you
it
guys-
on camera.
I was gonna say you guys hopefully have it
I got
on,
to see that.
on evidence, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I got it on evidence, but I don't know how to get it off my DVR to make a video of it.
You probably have to hook it up to a hard drive and all that good stuff, and get it onto a computer and all that funness.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to do.
I think I got about probably 3,000 hours worth of footage that I can make videos from now until 4 or 5 years
Oh, jeez.
on that
All
thing.
right. So here, Shasta, what about you? What has been your favorite?
So now you're putting me on the spot because I have lots of favorites.
You're on
Just
the
for
spot
everybody.
now.
Just for everybody wondering, that's the other one. That's how big he is.
Blitz.
That's Blitz.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'll stick with my cats.
Yeah, he a big boy. So this thing has been slamming himself up against the door there.
And he's the one that tries to get out? Oh
Yeah.
no. No, I find that in the house. I'm gone. I'm gonna strike the match on my way out the door. Nope.
What's up, Jason?
Yeah, no, my favorite, I've
Hey,
been
Jason.
to a lot of places in my years. So my favorites probably got to be Waverly. Waverly Hills is probably my favorite location. I don't know why, but I just have a calling to Waverly. I've done Waverly like 3 or 4 times. No, well, 3 times, I think, 2 or 3 times. We've had such amazing activity from full shadow figures to footsteps to, at one point we were there were only 7 of us, I think, in the building that night. And we see this flash of light, and we go down to where the light was at, and out of the room there was a bathroom, and it had been raining like the day before, so the inside's kind of damp, and there's a footprint out of the bathroom, and it was a very large footprint. It didn't match anybody. We only had 2 guys with us, and it didn't match anybody that was with us, and it was a bare footprint. You could see the toe imprints and the arch of the
Mind me
foot.
asking, how big were those footprints? How big are those footprints? Mind me asking. I'm
I would
curious.
probably say, if I had to guess on the size of the shoe, you're probably looking at, I don't know, a 12-ish or bigger, 12, 13. I mean, it was a big dude.
Scott, where's
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
at?
Yeah, so he radioed back to Tina, who owns the building, and we're like, okay, you got to explain something. This is something normal you see. So she sent somebody over to take pictures.
Oh, okay.
It was just unreal, because we even tried putting our foot next to it, and it didn't compare to anybody that we had. But of course, like I said, we only had like
I thought it was
6 or 7.
Bigfoot.
No, it's Leefoot.
No, it was
I thought it was Bigfoot.
definitely, you could see the toes and the arch of the foot, and it was like a normal shape of a foot, but there was nobody there other than this flash of light. Like there was light, but
Oh.
the night had started off really interesting. We had just gotten there, and it was still daylight, and you could hear heavy boots running down the stairs. And we went to look down the stairs. There's nobody there. We had been locked in.
Maybe
But
we should
I've
kill
done
O'Neill.
everything from
What?
Gettysburg to St. Augustine Lighthouse to graveyards in Mexico. So
That's one I want to go to, St. Augustine.
St.
know-
Augustine Lighthouse is amazing.
I've
just
been wanting
the
to.
location.
Before I get to the comments, because I see you. You know who I'm talking about, Fedora. I want to ask you guys real quick. So if you have, and I know if Brian and John Laverty, if he's creeping in the background, he's going to probably yell at me, but I've been saying it for a while. So if you guys had unlimited money, all the time in the world, don't have to worry about anything, all expenses paid, where are you going? Where are you going to investigate? What's your bucket list? Top of that list.
I like to go to Ireland.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I've
I
got
just like-
2. It would either be to Ireland, or it would be out west to a ghost town. I want to do some of that out west, like the OK Corral, some of the old where the West started, where it was still, now I've got visitors. I've
Yeah.
had like the Indian reservations, a lot of things with the Indians. The Native American spirit stuff is just crazy. I mean, I've spent the night on an Indian burial.
Oh, we got a
mound.
lot of them in Texas.
See, and I've done stuff. I've been in Texas, believe it or not. Texas is unreal. Texas is crazy.
I've investigated a Native American reservation out in San Diego. The tribe actually got a hold of us and had us come out and do an investigation. And I'm telling you, just even as soon as you step foot on the reservation, just the whole atmosphere changes. I mean, you're still in the same town and everything else, but just the feel of it is so different. And we got to talk with the council and everything else, and it was unreal. It was a heck of an experience, and I enjoyed it.
Have you ever heard of Lake Shawnee in West Virginia?
That sounds familiar.
It's an old amusement park, but it's built on a Indian burial ground. There was a massacre there. They killed
Ooh.
the settlers, kidnapped. I want to say kidnapped a couple of them, killed the children, scalped the husband. The children, they have a monument there for the children that's still on site, and then they turned it into a park. Who decides to turn it into a park? So they still have the remnants of the old swing, and they still have the remnants of the Ferris wheel that are still left there. They've had drownings there, a couple of drownings, a couple of deaths, I think one on the swing. where somebody hit a child with a truck. But there's also a burial mound out from that, an Indian burial mound, and there are confirmed bodies still in the ground there. And I've investigated there a couple of times, and just even sleeping in the tent at night, you lay your equipment down, and it's like there's a roadway in your tent. It's constant activity back and forth throughout your tent.
I think I need to redo my list.
Man, I bet it's like on and off all throughout the night, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy stuff. I mean, you can't even sleep because if you put your equipment out and don't turn it off, you're not sleeping. That stuff is active even when it's like you're.
That equipment's going to set off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys what. And this is for the chat. Here's what we'll do. And yes, this is bribery. I don't care. It's my show. Hold on a second. Let me take care of this. Perfect. So I'll tell you what. You guys have shown me a lot of love here on Facebook. And right now, guys, I don't know if Shasta and Jonathan, I don't even know this, but we're actually on Twitter right now, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time.
Oh, wow.
YouTube, Facebook, you guys have been absolutely amazing. We are almost at 1,000 followers at Facebook. That's awesome. Let's share some of that over to YouTube. If you guys can get to 200 subscribers, I will not only go to what is it, Shawnee Park? Is that what it is? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's Lake Shawnee.
Park. I will not only go there, I will go live for an all-night investigation, 8 hours, all night long, live. How's that? Deal? And guess what? I'll drag Jonathan with.
Cool.
And Mason. We'll use Mason as bait. You guys like that? I like that idea.
Yeah,
Mason makes great bait.
You even add in a little bit of extra creep factor because if you get it at the right time of the year, you get the pack of coyotes that holler across the street. The pack of coyotes is a little rough about 3 a.m.
Here, kitty.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that for the
You'll
fall.
be fine. You'll be fine. Safety in numbers, dude. Safety in numbers.
What do you guys think? We'll talk about this right now. Forget the show right now. What do you guys think about a Halloween special at Shawnee Park?
Sounds good. It is an interesting place.
It'd be pretty
Guys?
awesome.
Yeah, you guys got it. Chat, you got it. It's in your hands now. You guys get to 200 subscribers on YouTube. You got it. You guys got yourself an investigation. Halloween 2022 will be at Shawnee Park. And it's on. I'm on record. Well, speaking about Mason and other teams, I want to take a second here. You know, we all are about para-unity. Lurker.
Yeah.
There you go. Para-unity. Squeaker's got it. But anyway, we're all about para-unity. We're all about, working with each other and working with teams and this and that. Well, somebody is an admin on my page. And they decided that today would be a great day to go live without me knowing. Again, our buddy Scott. Did you?
Yeah.
You see, I saw the one on Warren Area Society of Paranormal. I saw that one. And it wasn't until later I saw it again, and I thought it was the same video, and I didn't even think much of it. And then he started in, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, I hacked Mr. Consultant." I go, "Wait a minute." So I figured that out after. But we are all about para-unity, having fun, and I know he was just having some fun. But we're gonna take a second and talk about para-unity and Para-Unity Day. For those of you who don't know, Para-Unity Day is September 26th of this year. Obviously, crossover. You guys are definitely invited. Everybody's invited. It's up here in Pennsylvania, literally right behind my head, right here somewhere. And I don't know. It's been a weird day, and we are going to actually get together on the 26th, go to a county fair, which you guys being down south, you know how county fairs are. A lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I love.
We're all going to get together. We're going to work together, hang out, have fun, get fat and happy and sassy. And if we're not passed out from a food coma, hit a couple of local hot spots to investigate. The very next day, we're going to Gettysburg. And as a group, we're just going to go have fun because I know it's on everyone's bucket list. But Para-Unity is more than that. It is just not just about the day, Para Unity Day. It's an ongoing thing. And part of this is this P3 program that I have started. Lurker, you're on it. A couple others are on it. It's an amazing program we have set up. And one of our guys, Marcus from Minnesota Spirit Hunters, created this a really amazing video that I like to share with everybody here right now. So please stand by and check out this new Para Unity video that we will actually be adding to. There is actually 3 teams that need to be added to this list. So here we go. Every time. I love that video.
The video is amazing.
We still have to add more. We still have 3 other teams and groups and individuals that we still have to add, and it's growing each day. And if anybody's interested in joining the P3 program, all you have to do is shoot me a message with your email. I will send you the contract. It's very simple, very basic. You're not giving up anything. All you're doing is you're just adding. That's all it is. If you wanted more information, all you got to do is shoot me a message. And like I said, all credit, guys, goes to our boy Marcus from Minnesota Spirit Hunters. He did a fantastic job. And then also, if you guys want to network with more individuals, definitely go check out Parapost. Yes, plugs. It's time for plugs. Go check. Seriously, though, go check out parapost.net. You won't regret it. It's free to join. You network with like-minded individuals. You can promote your evidence, your teams, whatever you want. They have an advertising program set up to where you can advertise. That's where, Lurker, you're closer. Point to Para. There you go. The other way. You had it right the first time. Other way.
Oh, okay, I did.
No, the other way. There you go. Para's up there,
There you
in
go.
the corner.
Right there.
We'll get it. He'll get it, guys. He's still learning. But you get the gold Para whenever you advertise. You have a gold package and everything like that. I couldn't say no. just because it's helping Brian and Brian John Laverty and Everybody Network. That's what it's about. That's what it's what we do is what it's about is para unity, supporting each other, helping each other, and Parapost is a great way to do that. So my next question actually deals with these guys, but Shasta, Jonathan, I want to ask you guys, what's your favorite piece of equipment? What's the first thing you're grabbing when you run out to the field?
I like the Spirit Box.
Which one? The SB7? Or
Yeah,
SB11?
SB7.
You and Brian John Laverty are alike. He loves that thing.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that your favorite?
Hello, holy cow, girl. Hello.
I'm not real sure. That's be the one I take with me, and that and the REM pod. Them two my two favorites.
All right. Apparently, Jason agrees with you as well. The SB7. Shasta, what about you? What's your go-to?
I love my REM pod. I will grab that.
Mhm.
Give me a mag light and a cat ball. The cat toy is one of the best things. I love that. That and the flashlight seems to be something that is the easiest, I think, that we've been able to
I
get.
couldn't agree more, Liz.
communication.
I couldn't agree more, Liz.
Yeah, I mean, the cat ball thing came along, and I'm like, you could use a cat toy for something like that. But I've seen it work too many times in too many places where it just doesn't make sense for it to work. For me not to think that there's something going on with it. And then the flashlight, I've had so much activity with the flashlight before, that, you know, there's got to be something going on from even just dollar store lights. It's like weird things occurred with flashlights. So yeah, my REM pod, but definitely flashlight and a cat ball for me. I kick it back old school. I'll take the little small stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of simple when it comes to my stuff. I'm happy with just a flashlight, recorder, and actually, speaking of which, if you guys haven't seen already, I know I promote this a lot, but I'm serious. If you guys are all up for saving money, which I'm pretty sure everybody is, and if you're not, let me know. Be in contact. If you don't like to save money, let me know. I will help you out. But right here, I know it's see-through, but you can kind of see it. Looks like a regular thumb drive.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. It is a thumb drive, but it's also a recorder.
Oh,
$10, like 10 or $15, I think, on Amazon. I have 4 of them, and I'll tell you, pop one of these babies in your pocket, you still get great sound quality. I actually have one that I put in like a chest pocket, set it down. It's beautiful, works amazing, and it doesn't take up that much space. No batteries. You just plug it in, let it charge, and away you go.
So that would be
Yeah.
easy for me because I break recorders. I've used so many of them. I keep breaking them. I turn them on or lay them down and forget them or something. It's not good for me.
Well, that's why I like about these things, because if I forget one, oh crap, $10.
Exactly. It's not like $70.
oh,
But speaking of great deals, guys, there's this guy right here, Jesse from D's Ghost. Lurker has himself a piece of equipment. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there is a new piece of equipment called the Lurker Box. Guess where that came from? This man right here. That was his idea, his brainchild. Jesse just brought it into light. And I'll tell you, it's a 3-in-1. The first one's what? It's ambient temperature, REM, and motion.
yeah,
all
all
in
on
one.
3.
The second one has like sound and a couple other things, but I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. You definitely go check out D's Ghost. And there's a couple of codes you can use. Parapost has its own code. I'm not even gonna try to butcher any of the codes, but if you guys want, you got to go check these guys out and get that code. Minnesota Spirit Hunters has their own code. Brandon from Paranormal in the Funhouse, he's got his own code. I'm working on one for me, which once this drops, I'll let everybody know. My code is going to be Para-Unity. Makes sense. But seriously, go check out Jesse over there at D's Ghost, because that he makes amazing equipment for really cheap prices. I mean, it's not going to be like $20, but at the same time, you're not paying hundreds of dollars. You're maybe paying hundreds of dollars. And yeah, it's amazing. Where is it? The Lurker is awesome. It really is. It's a revolutionary piece of equipment. I'm definitely going to pick one up, but
Yeah.
I like simple. I'm a simple guy. I like simple. And I know Scott likes his Boo Buddy. And speaking of Buddy, Shasta, it looks like you've got your special guest back.
I told you she won't go away. Once she gets in here, she's not gonna.
I will never go away.
Okay, go sit down.
Yeah.
She sticks to me like glue.
Yeah, Matt's pretty simple, but me, I'm like the unconventional guy. I just like trying different things and combining different things. I'm kind of like a combination artist, when doing this line of work.
Okay,
I don't know if that was an insult or not.
We've used my mother as
Granny.
bait before. I mean, my mother, our parents investigate with us. I don't know if that's something that you guys knew, but
That's
our
cool.
parents investigate with us. So it's his dad, John's dad, my mother, and their brother and sister. So they investigate. They're part of our team, and I'm not ashamed to say I've used my mother as bait before. Because sometimes
I
you
use
need
myself.
to.
I
I mean,
use
you're in
myself.
some of these hospitals, and I mean, sometimes you have to do what you gotta do. I mean, I've had my child has investigated before. She's done a couple of investigations in Trivet, and
I like it there.
in Trivet Clinic, she has had quite a bit of activity, hasn't she, John?
Oh yeah.
I'm friends with the little dead ghost girl. I gave her a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
There you
We
go.
went to Walmart just for a doll and food.
You know,
and other
That's actually really good because in all seriousness, a lot of people we're out to investigate the paranormal. We look for reasons and everything like that, but a lot of people only figure out with clients. And I tell people this all the time. I tell teams this. It's not just about your client. It's about the spirits too. Sometimes you have to take a step back and say, okay, well, if these spirits are acting out, slamming doors, pushing, whatever, scratching, why are they doing that? Maybe they just want to be heard. So that's actually a really good lesson, and it's awesome to see that they're learning it this young, because
Well, how
now
do
you can
connect with them?
carry.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's you got to be
Great
able to
job.
connect with the spirits, and sometimes it does take if you have activity of a child. Sometimes it may take that child to have another child to work with. And like I said, she's been seeing things and hearing things and investigating in buildings since she was
Mom, can I tell them about it?
3 years old, somewhere in there. She started filming and
That sounds like a great idea, Josh. Sounds like a great idea.
filming and shooting movie and different things. So she no, she's just being silly. But she's been doing movie shoots and photo shoots and stuff like that in haunted buildings. So it just kind of came with the territory. And then with what I do, we've carried her along on some things as she's gotten older, but it's always been a part of what we do. So it was inevitable that she was going to be part of it too.
Yeah. Guys, I'm still reading your comments. I see a lot of links. But explore with Holy Cowgirl. That's kind of cool.
That's
Talk
cool.
about a trigger object. I've seen motion detectors. I've seen trail cameras. I've seen a lot, but that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. And Joshua, actually, I've done both, believe it or not. Actually, the fog machine idea is actually really good in a home. Obviously, out in the the cemetery or anywhere, kind of hard. But when you're in a client's home, you get a floodlight going. Is somebody buzzing?
Not me.
Mm-mm.
Want to get a phone call?
Think
Anybody
so.
else hear
I
that?
did. Yeah, I did.
okay. I'm looking at my phones going, wait a minute.
It's probably Marcus.
See, I'm an easy man to confuse. But you can actually put a little, like Spencer's has them around Halloween, the really small fog lights. Set them in hallways. Not only are you going to see if there's airflow, like if you're getting drafts, but you also can see spirit movements, especially if there's nobody around. You can see something walking through it. So that's not actually a bad idea. Now with the lasers, that might be tough because I would assume that the lasers would hit that fog and it would just be all distorted.
Yeah, I mean
So
that
that's
is
not a bad
that is an unconventional idea. Definitely lives up to
Mhm.
that.
Go over there and play with it.
I've noticed, Irene. I've noticed. And that's fine. I want you guys to enjoy this. This is your guys' show too. So actually going back to our boy Joshua, he's actually has a pretty good question, and you guys are the guests. I want to hear your thoughts on this first. But Joshua's asking, if the spirit has to be shown to the light, would you help him or her, even if the owner said no? I paraphrased.
Me personally, I personally don't feel comfortable doing that. I guess let me rephrase that. I don't know how to do that. I've never crossed anybody over. That's not something I would specialize in. I would be afraid I'd screw it up and get them stuck somewhere else they didn't want to be other than where they are, if that's even possible.
Could send him to San Diego. Nobody wants to be there.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
I'm joking. I love San Diego. I lived there for 9 years.
If
I
there's-
love it. It's beautiful.
If there's another parallel out there, I'd probably screw it up and they'd get stuck somewhere else. But if I've done private homes, and we do have somebody that we work with that blesses homes. So I've been friends with him for years, and he's a preacher, and he does bless homes for me, and we've had to do that a couple of times, and it has worked, thank God. But me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, because it's just not something that I wouldn't want to make things worse.
And actually, that's a really good point, Shasta. And actually, I'm going to tell you right now, you absolutely, nothing to take away from you, Jonathan, but you have my ultimate respect, because there are teams out there that would BS that they would try it and fail and end up harming. I have more respect that you will actually say something like, I just don't know how, and I'm not going to do it. That takes, I'm telling, going to the audience, this is for you guys. If you don't know how to do something in this field, don't do it. Don't do it, because you're going to end up hurting yourself, the client, or the spirits. Just don't do it. I'm not saying don't try. You should try new things. You should branch out. Do your research first. Talk with somebody who has the experience. Try to get a hold of other people, network, hence the P3 program. This is one thing that I'm doing. This is a tool, a community to use. Parapost, great networking tool. Network with people. Find out how to do it. Do your research and be very diligent with it, because, like I said before, we are only investigating these homes for maybe 6 to 8 hours? Maybe.
Exactly.
These clients have to live there. If you screw something up, you've just ruined someone's lives. You've made it worse. If you know what you're doing, be confident in what you're doing. But if you have any doubt, don't. You can be 99.9% sure that 0.1%, don't do it. Back away.
Exactly. We have a home right now. We have a home right now that we're waiting. We were supposed to have done it before Christmas, and we just didn't. We weren't able to get our schedules together to do it, and they're having some major issues there. And there's doors slamming, there's things being tossed, there's a lot of activity going on.
Hi, Robert. Glad you could join us.
We found out recently that the people are being evicted from the location, but they still wanted to do the investigation. And I said, listen, you already have some pretty heavy activity going on in this home. Now the landlord who wanted us to come in and do the investigation is having fights with the people who are there asking to leave the home. And you want us to come in the middle of you fighting with the people that are in it while there's things already no. When you straighten out your fiasco, then we'll come in and we'll do what we need to do. But you're putting your people in danger. You're putting our people in danger, because your negativity that you already have going on with the home renter is going to fuel what's going on in the house even more. So it's not
100%.
safe for us to come in and do that, especially if you want to be present when we're investigating. So we decided to push it back for a while because it's not a safe environment if they're going to be arguing and complaining and having their own fight amongst them. And then you want to involve spirit in that, which is already slamming doors.
Yeah.
So we do have the minister that wants to go in and do the house blessing once we go in and investigate, and that's great.
Mhm.
But like I was talking with John, I mean, we just kind of put it off because it's not a safe environment for us to take anybody into yet. Because
Yep.
with the negativity, we don't know what is going to ramp up.
Safety should
Safety is the
always be
first priority.
Exactly.
So,
Always.
Jonathan, if you dare follow that answer up, what about you?
I probably wouldn't even tempt it. All the way I would do it and go find somebody that knows what they're doing and let them do what they're supposed to do, and I'll just try to do whatever I can to help him out.
Love
Other
it.
than that, I wouldn't tempt it myself.
Both very,
That's
very good answers.
Good answers.
So before I ask my co-host here, I just want you guys to know that we've talked about Para-Unity. We talked about working together. You guys should probably reach out to Irene. She said she's willing to help you guys with spirits if you need. So she's done it several times, and Irene's really good, really, really good. And I am going to get to all your comments, guys. I see them on one of my 4 screens I have, but I see your comments. We'll get down to there just a second. Lurker, what's your thoughts?
I wouldn't attempt it, honestly, because us paranormal investigators, we're only there to verify if there's anything paranormal or not paranormal. Once we verify that there is something going on that cannot be explained, that is something of paranormal event, then we reach out to somebody that is specialized in that field that can do that for us. We're just paranormal investigators. We're only here to collect data and show evidence to the client, nothing more.
100%. Me personally, I have helped spirits cross over. It's very intense emotionally. It is not something to be taken lightly. It is not something that's easy. And I have done my research. I've known this 16 years, and I wanted to be well-rounded. So I have done my research. I have practiced. I've worked with people. And honestly, my honest opinion, it's up to the spirits. I leave it up to them. Because here's the thing. We are only here in flesh. If the client wants them gone, but the spirits don't want to leave, I'm not going to force them. That's just going to cause animosity. That's going to cause hatred. That's going to cause negative energy. Vice versa. If the client wants them to stay, I explain to the client, look, everything we've gathered, all the evidence we gathered, they want to go. You're trapping them, and I explained to them. I was like, look, you're basically trapping these spirits. They're not here to put on a show for you. They're not here for your amusement. They're not here for your buddies to come over and mess with. They're their own individuals. They're their own entities. You gotta let them go. And once you explain it that way, a lot of times clients, and I'm talking clients, folks. I'm not going off of like the Waverly House and a bunch of other things. That's a whole different story than I'm not here to get that debate going. I'm talking homes. Businesses, it's kind of a gray area. Depends on the spirits, but I always take account to the spirits. So that's my answer. I know who this is. This is my buddy Jason. He just got turned into a paranormal consultant at work. I was telling him about it. He's been watching. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Plus, I work my own shift. You work your own shift. Joshua agrees that was an amazing answer. explore. I have cross spirits over. Our boy Robert. What's up, Robert? Let's see. There's a bunch. You guys, I'm gonna have to back through. We've got a lot. Okay. Brandon's interrupting my show. So Paranormal Funhouse is rocking my show. I see how it is. No. Much love. Much love to you. Okay, actually, Jason wants to know, aren't there some spirits that may not want to cross over? I kind of touched on that. Yes, I ran into some that just want to hang out for multiple reasons. Some just want to be around their family, friends, whatever. But yeah, there are some that want to just stick around. Have you guys ran into that?
I really hadn't asked if they wanted to go or if they want to stick around or anything. I just go and try to collect whatever I can on evidence and just let it be at that for me. I mean, that's just what I was thinking about doing.
Yeah. Jasta, have you ran into any spirits that are like, you know what? Nah, I'm cool.
Well, I've probably done more like residential before we started the group. So yeah, I mean, I've run into a lot of places where it's just like, you know what's there. It wasn't bothering anybody. So, you just investigated to see what was there, if it was going to be harmful to anybody, or, we had this one house where it didn't seem like it wanted to go anywhere. I mean, we were just about ready to go for the night, and we were just sitting there chit-chatting, and we would yell back to the kitchen because we had a flashlight in the kitchen, and we're like, if you're still back there in the kitchen, flip the light on so we know you're still back there. And the flashlight would come on. And we're like, okay, you can turn it off until we call you again. And the flashlight would go out. And we were like 3 rooms down the hall, sitting in the living room, just talking about how we had investigated for the evening. So, it didn't seem like it was any big deal. It didn't want to go anywhere. It didn't cause any trouble. I mean, it was just a little noisy once in a while. Loved a flashlight. Loved it when you walked into the kitchen, because as soon as you walked in, it would blind you. It would flip the light on extremely fast and then flip it off like it was funny.
I hate that. I hate when they do that crap to me.
Yeah. So it was the only other time I've ever had that was on the Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge. And we had a flashlight that came on and off every time a guy would put his arm up and cover his face because the light was blinding him. It would go out and he would drop his arm. And as soon as his arm would drop, the light would come back on in his eyes again. And it happened for like 20 minutes. And we're like,
oh my God.
Move. If it's bothering you this much, can you not realize that the spirits are like really messing with you? Have you not figured out what's going on in 20 minutes of this thing playing with you that it's messing with you? But it went on like that for 20 minutes, and he was so frustrated and infuriated with this flashlight. And it's like, dude, move. I mean, it's doing it because you're reacting, and every time you react, it's going to keep doing it. But yeah, I mean, you get into locations. We did have another location where the last house that we blessed, this gentleman was he was scared to be there because somebody had disinterred a body, removed the body, and put it back in the ground, or the ashes back in the ground at the foot of the steps in the flower bed.
Ooh.
Don't know why, but when he moved into the house, it was already buried there. He cleaned out from underneath the house, and he kept hearing singing. And he's like, I have no idea what's going on, but something would bother him in the house. And he kept hearing singing, and there was a burn barrel, and he had burned all of the stuff that was under the house in the burn barrel. So we were outside talking to him, me and the minister. And that's when we found out where he had burned all the stuff. And I walked over to the burn barrel, and I started getting hits on the K2 inside a burn barrel in the middle of a yard. And I'm like, this is just not normal. So once we blessed it, he actually, things settled down. Everything was quiet for him. He passed away about 1.5 years after that with no trouble. But he had lived there for about 2 or 3 years with a dead body buried at his foot up the stairs in his flower bed. So sometimes they just don't want to go. And that's okay. I mean, I'm not there to make them go or make them stay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Really,
I tell you right now. Just thinking about it. These spirits, especially the ones at the North Carolina, we're gonna have some fun with them. Now, see that I'm gonna tell you folks right now. What we're gonna do, and when we go to these things, we do show respect. I've already told Jonathan, and I told Mason. There are a couple of Navy traditions that I will be following.
Mhm.
One of the main ones is whenever you first step up onto the gangplank, the catwalk, once you get to the top, you have to salute the ensign, the flag. And then you salute, there's an officer that's usually standing right there. You salute them, you ask permission to come on board. That is something I'm going to be doing. Same way when I leave. There's a bunch of different things that I will be doing throughout the course of the night, which we may film to where, I just have to. It's part of my tradition. It's part of my history as a Navy vet, so I'm going to have to follow it. But by doing that and showing them that respect, when I start messing with them, that's because we're having fun. It's all in good fun. And, it's something that a lot of people, I think, forget to do. They forget to have fun with these spirits and understand that sometimes they just want to be heard. But Jason also continues, do you think it's the fear of crossing over that they're still there? Or is there some other reason? Jonathan, you've talked too much tonight, so now go ahead, brother.
I don't know, man. I don't know anything about crossing over.
Okay.
Why
do you think spirits are around? Why do you think some of them stay around? Do you think it's because they don't want to leave? They, have unfinished business? Do you think it's?
I think they have unfinished business.
I agree.
So like Casper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they got something they want to finish before they decide to do something different.
All right.
I definitely agree with Jonathan on this one. 100%. I agree.
I agree. There's some. I agree with that. Shasta?
Yeah, they just like the ship. I think that there are some people that are so dedicated to what they did in life that they're going to continue that in death. And these gentlemen on that ship, that's what their life was. Yeah, they had families. They had other lives outside of the ship, but I guess it's, to me, to understand it, they're always going to hold, that ship's always going to hold a part of them. And that, to them, they spent more time there than they did anywhere else. And that, I think that's why they stay. I think sometimes they come back to take care of what they knew, and they don't want to move on because they want to take care of what they have left behind. Some of them don't know they're even gone.
Yeah.
They think they're still just moving on in their day-to-day life. They don't even know that there's another existence there. So I guess it depends on the circumstance and where they are, what they died from. I think in a lot of cases with these guys on the ship, I think a lot of them are still there because they want to be there. They want to take care of their home, what they loved, what they cared for, what they did for their life.
See, I'm reading the
I
comments.
haven't ran into anything that seems to be negative on there.
Well, wait till I get there. Wait, a CB's on our ship? Uh-oh. You thought the Marine was fun. Wait till you see the CB.
Yeah, she changed my mind.
But, reading through the comments, and there's a bunch of them. And much love to you guys, but I'm not going to go through all of them. But here, I think it's a mix. I think it's an absolute mix, and I think it's situational dependent. There are some spirits that are held by other spirits. I've also ran into that. Scott said he ran into that, Mr. Fedora. Robert said some of them are afraid to cross over. Absolutely. I feel like there are some that are here because they're afraid of judgment, because they're afraid of what their next step is.
Mhm.
There's a variety of different reasons. And that's what makes this field so much fun, because as investigators, that should be what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out why. We already know that reason. We already know, is there life after death? Yes, we know that. We know that. Otherwise, who are we talking to? We need to know why. The hows, whys, all that stuff. That is what we need to figure out. And when we run across a spirit, that's where you take the initiative. You don't just sit there and say, "What's your name? Where are you from?" Ask. Actually ask. Say, "Hey, my name's Matt. What's your name? You know, are you from here? Is this your family? What year do you think it is?" And talk to them. Have a genuine conversation, guys. That's what it's about. That's what will get your responses. If you're going through the motions, you shouldn't be doing it. Because guess what? Whatever you give the spirits is what they're going to give back. And I feel like it's both ways. If something negative gives you a negative response, give them something back. But that's me. I know how to protect myself. I know how to ground myself. This is why I'm not afraid to go into like places by myself, because I can protect myself.
Yeah, it's kind of like treat respect just the way you want to be treated, kind of way.
And Ron, yes, I am. And I'm also playing Anchors Away and a bunch of other things. And you better bet I'm going to be playing the CB song, Loud and Proud. If you don't know the CB song, you'll know all about it.
Yay.
Just reading through.
Some of the best activity is when you're not trying to get activity. I mean, when you're having a conversation and you include them in your conversation, if you pay attention to that activity that goes on when you're having a conversation about, like some of our EVPs that we caught and some of the clanking and things that went on when we were in the dining room was us talking about being served a plate of food. And they had like fake food set up of what the food would look like. And we're like,
telling
we're
me now it's
hungry. Is
fake.
somebody going to get us some food?
Thanks for telling me now that it's fake, so I know, because I'm going to be looking at it and going,
you
"Ooh,
got
fat
good
boy."
luck. You're
dead.
gonna be like,
You're gonna be dead.
but it looks really tasty when you're down in there for
I'll try
6-8 hours with no food and it's plastic.
Can you eat it?
You know, we
and
should
it's
try.
plastic mashed potatoes. I mean, you're like, good God, it does look good.
That's an idea
Well,
for something.
I mean, that's boot camp. That sounds like boot camp food to me. But we should try
Plastic mashed
MREs.
potatoes.
You could spackle with some of this crap they gave us.
That's an idea for the fake
We should get
food.
some MREs. We should get some MREs. Have some
Yeah,
MREs.
you know what?
That'd be
After about
cool.
6 hours, we needed MREs. We were starving. So we're down in there, and it's like, the conversation that you have between yourself and the person you're investigating with. And then you listen back to your EVPs, some of the things that you get, and the bangs and the walking and the movement out of the corner of your eye that's when you catch the best stuff. Is when you include whoever else is there in your conversation, in your life.
You know, some of the best evidence I've ever caught, in all honest, 100% honest, the best evidence I ever caught was when my investigators and myself were just BSing. We weren't talking about the spirits. We weren't talking about anything. We were just shooting the crap, so to speak. We were just talking about any random things, what was on TV, what we're doing after the investigation, where are we going to eat, stuff like that. Like, we were just talking about random stuff, and when we were ignoring the spirits, that's when we got evidence, because they want to be included.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
I always tell people, think of it like this, especially with clients. They say, "Oh, I have a demon." No, you don't. You've got a regular spirit. The problem is when you start ignoring the spirits, they're going to act out just like kids. When you have a kid and you ignore them, what do? They push, they slam things, they get upset, they bite. Trust me, they bite, especially mine.
And they'll do whatever they can to get your attention. Literally.
And once you say it like that and you explain that to your clients, they're going to go, "Oh," be like, "Yes. It's probably Aunt Sally sitting in the corner throwing crap at you because you're ignoring her. That's probably what's going on."
Yeah.
Either that,
excel into this.
either that, or it's Mason. Mason's in the corner throwing stuff through the window. I got to.
I know.
But no, it all comes down to good, solid investigating and thinking outside the box. And if anybody knows thinking outside the box, but I don't even know where the box is. But we all have it all comes down to that we all have our own investigation styles. We all have our own way of doing things. Nothing is wrong. There's no right or wrong way to do this, folks. It's all about having fun, relaxing, and doing your job as investigators. Do what your title says, investigate. It's not just going out there with a piece of equipment. Interact, have fun. These spirits have feelings too, just like we all do. Some good, some bad, but that's up to you to figure out. That's the key. And already, guys, we're at an hour and a half. If you guys can believe that,
That's pretty good.
I can't believe that. Jonathan, you're surviving, man.
Doing great. Hang in there, bud.
So before we start wrapping stuff up, guys, I want to play this Pair Unity video one more time. And like I said, since the man is in the chat, I want to give props. This is all Marcus. This is Marcus from Minnesota Spirit Hunters.
Minnesota.
So we're going to play this one more time before we close out the evening. While this is playing, folks, if you have any questions for crossover, let them know. Put them in the comments and we'll talk to them. And then we'll start looking at wrapping up. So here we go. Pair Unity Day video, the newest edition, thanks to Marcus. Every time. Although I do have to ask, Marcus, what is that sound at the end? It sounds like someone squeezing a cat. Does it sound like that? I mean, I love it.
It
It's
does.
a great video, but doesn't it sound like a cat just being... But like I said, if anybody is interested in joining the P3 program, all you have to do is shoot me a message with your email. I will send you the contract, and you can join a really fast-paced, growing community of like-minded individuals. You know, honestly, there's really no downside. You keep your name, you keep everything, and you network with people. You learn some new things. And Lurker froze.
I froze.
There you go. Yeah, you froze with your hand up. You look like you're doing that. What is it? The rub your belly and pat your head. Is that?
Oh, you mean the Egyptian dance?
What I want whatever you have. But anyway, it's a really, really easy program. If anybody wants to know more, all you got to do is message me. And if you join the P3, one of the benefits is you get to be in the video. It's an easy way to promote.
Blow up his DMs. Blow him up.
Give you a blow up. But seriously, dude, I'm done. But seriously, guys, and also please don't forget to check out my merch. Give some support, not just to me, but to the community. 75% of what I make in my merch, which is stuff like this, and I've got new merch out as well. 75% of that goes right back to the community. Helps teams out with travel expenses if they need to get to Para Unity Day. Helps them out with equipment, anything they may need. That's what that's for. The other 25% is to help me get to these locations and get to people, like going with Jonathan and Crossover, meeting up with Mason, Lurker, going to Minnesota, stuff like that. That's what it helps. That's what that's for. None of it goes back into my pocket. Nothing goes back in my pocket. You're in another video, Robert. We're gonna get to that one. Irene, you're going to be. We're editing it. There's still some more people that need to be added to that one. But anyway, does anybody have any questions for Crossover before we get out of here for this evening? Lurker,
I'm
got
good.
anything for him?
It's been really fun chatting with you guys and sharing the lovely experiences y'all had, with us. We really appreciate y'all coming on the show. Seriously,
Thank
guys.
you.
Appreciate you having us.
Hey, anytime, man. I mean, we're gonna be working together very soon, so I'd like to get to know you, hang out with you a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything you want to say to wait, hold on. Yeah, they could figure paint. I'm sure they could.
I'm sure we could
See,
find a way.
The only thing I'm going to say to this is, in the paranormal field, anything's possible.
Thinking unconventional. I love it. Oh, I already love it.
Watch it. She's married. But do you guys have any questions? Anything you want to say to the audience before you take off?
I don't.
I've gotten silent all of a sudden.
I say it. Be careful and do not accidentally kill yourself while trying to ghost hunt. If you're not professional, I said it myself. If you do,
I won't deny that
you
one.
probably die. Who knows?
That sounds about right.
JWoww, I agree.
You can pass up
Cupcakes.
that one, right?
Cupcakes. Always expect the unexpected. Yeah, that's why you all are on my show. That's why you come here. It's unexpected. I didn't even know what's going on. But all right, Shasta, Jonathan, it was an absolute pleasure to have you guys on and an honor. Please stick around backstage and we'll talk to you here in just a little bit.
Okay.
Well, that
That's
was
great.
a show.
That was a wonderful show. I love it.
That was
These
cool.
guys,
That was
these
cool.
guys were amazing. These guys are pretty chill people.
So what do you think, Lurker? What did you feel like? How do you feel being in front of the camera instead of lurking behind it?
I'm still gonna lurk.
And with that, I agree. I love both my co-hosts. Him and Squeakers are doing a heck of a job. But we're gonna get out of here for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said before, if you haven't already, sign up for parapost.net. It's free on either Android, iOS, or even go to the website provided right here, parapost.net. Is that what I think? Oh, wait. No, I thought it was Lurker. I saw you with your phone, Lurker. I saw you backstage. If you guys are looking for any type of equipment, seriously go check out Jesse at DeesGhost.com. There's multiple things you can do to save some money. And I know Parapost has, Minnesota Spirit Hunters has their own code, Paranormal The Fun House has their own code, and pretty soon we'll be having our own. And as always, guys, check out Nationwide Paranormal, our partners over there with Aaron Wing. He is doing some amazing things with Para Unity, and we partnered up to do something even bigger. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait for 2022. I can't wait to see where this continues to grow. It's going to be a lot of fun. So for right now, guys, I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you guys. Actually, don't forget tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, Brian John Laverty and myself will be hosting a show, Women Investigate 2. We've been waiting for this for a long time. There are a lot of very talented individuals that we will be highlighting tomorrow. I cannot wait to talk with them. And I know you guys are excited just as much as I am. The event is in my Facebook page, so definitely check it out. And like I said, please run over to YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to comment and all that other good stuff to stay active. Find me on the other social media. You're over there. Find me on all the other social medias. Find me on Parapost. But we're going to catch you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time with Brian John Laverty from Parapost. So you guys have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys, happy hauntings.